Hello, everyone. My name is Mike, and my adventure is bow hunting.
And I'm Danny, and my adventure is hiking. Together, our adventure is to get married in July and just rock life.
I'm Lee, and my adventure is biking.
And I'm Kelly, and my adventure is running.
And together, our adventure is being newlyweds and having a baby soon.
Boom.
Shabam.
And we are Adventure on Purpose when we're all about helping other people live their purposely adventurous life.
We had a bunch of crawlers. We actually went nightcrawler picking.
Oh, have you guys ever done that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's awesome.
It is a blast.
Next time you go fishing, don't buy night crawlers. Just go in somebody's yard. They're so fast.
Yeah, go in a yard that you know is not fertilized, but you take a really dim light, and around 9 o'clock at night, well, when it's starting to get dark anyways, you go and shine that light, and you'll see them.
They're just everywhere.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And then when you go to grab them, they know, and then they just slither right into their hole.
Yeah, and they're lightning fast.
When you like get the butt, and then you like, shh.
You gotta pull.
Did you catch a lot?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we probably had like 40 to 50 that
Yeah.
night.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Once you get started, you get addicted.
Yeah.
I can just see you guys. There's one.
It's almost just as fun as catching fish.
Yeah.
Okay. Mikey,
So-
hot seat.
Hot seat.
Mikey's in the hot seat.
In the hot seat.
And then we're
All right.
talking about planning a wedding during national global
COVID-19.
pandemic.
What an adventure that is.
Yeah. And what else? How isolation, social distancing with a significant other has challenges.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be good. Cal, what's your question for Mikey?
Ooh, this was hard. I had so many. So I just went back to my fun basic. What was your favorite part about living in Bozeman with Danielle?
Ooh. With Danielle. Actually, some of the favorite parts of Bozeman that I had with Danielle was sleeping in the Jeep.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
The first time we actually slept in the Jeep in Bozeman, actually it wasn't right in Bozeman. We were halfway between Bozeman and Big Sky.
Okay.
And we just found a spot and pulled over. There's already a foot and a half of snow everywhere. And we wake up to a moose, 20 yards away from the Jeep. Yeah.
I think that was the first moose I've ever seen in real life.
Nice.
Oh, that's
That
so
was
cool.
so cool.
How close was it?
How close was it?
20 yards maybe.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
great.
Do you guys fit nicely in that Jeep?
So nice.
Mhm.
We just bring our camping stuff, our little pads and sleeping bags,
Oh,
and we literally
So-
fit perfect.
So Dan, you're usually the claustrophobic one, the one that's too tight of covers or too tight of this and that. And that night I was the one that was freaking out because we had the air mattress,
We had an air mattress.
in the Jeep. We can't use an air mattress because then when you're laying down,
right up
roof is right here.
Oh.
And I'm gonna die in the middle of the night because I can't.
That's awesome. We've tried that before with our tent. We put a
Oh, yeah, we tried to put an air mattress in the tent.
Yeah.
A full Like those double air mattresses.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a big
It doesn't fit in a 4-person tent.
Yeah.
You know how some tents they're like they say 4-person, but really it's 2-person.
Two of them, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, our faces were at the top.
Mm,
Scary.
Oh.
you know,
All right, Lee, what do you got?
Okay.
boy.
Get the sheet out.
Get the sheet out. Mike, what is the advice you would give your 18-year-old self if you had the chance? Financially and purpose-wise.
Oh,
Sweet.
that's a good one.
It's a tough one.
That is a tough one because it's
Think
not
back to
something you think about necessarily.
No. So if like in your circumstance right now, what would you tell yourself then?
Right now, I would say, because I did it right. Like I went to college in the mindset of I want to graduate with no debt. So I was already at that point like focused on like, well, I don't really want to like accrue a bunch of debt. Like everybody has like $50,000. That sounds miserable.
Mm-hmm.
So that like that part financially, I wouldn't change, but I would say like actually focus on the future versus the present. Like at that point, I was pretty open to everything, which was great. But then being open to absolutely everything, then I was like drawn into the different mindset by the time I graduated college. So like basically like stick to who I was then, would be my advice is like,
Nice.
some reason in the 5 years of college, I like lost that actually. And like, well, I want to buy a truck, so I'll get a loan to get a truck. I'm just going to go buy an ATV and get a loan for an ATV and so on and so on and so on after I was done with college. So it was like, I don't know what happened to the 18-year-old kid, actually.
Huh. Well, so you'd say stay the course, huh?
Yeah. Well, and that, I don't know that I was thinking like super crazy in terms of finances then, other than like, I don't want to end up with a bunch of debt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I would have also said just like invest when I could have.
Start earlier.
5 years of no investing. So I wish I would have done more of that for sure.
Nice.
And then the other part of your question was about purpose.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Because I think I was pretty focused even on like, well, I'm going to climb the corporate ladder. I'm going to get more money and blah, 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 which is like fine to like work on creating more income and stuff. But like, I was more like, well, you have to get a good job. You have to do what other people say. And I would say just like go after what's true to you. Like if you're serving other people, it will always work out in the end.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Solid.
And I asked the brokerage I'm working with real estate. I asked them yesterday, like, so what's like the best thing that's been able to like create leads for you? Like, how have you gotten all of your sellers? And like, that was their advice was like, actually it has all been down to like their personal network and the people they've met with and like reputation. So it's like, they said like, at the end of the day, it's like serving others. That's it.
Huh. Nice.
Cool.
So,
Making personal bonds and just
Just
connecting.
be yourself.
Yeah.
so,
Love it.
Good. Okay. My question is, I have so many questions. Why do you think that you love hunting so much?
Oh.
Oh.
Because there's obviously, like, you've loved it forever, but it's not just because you like to.
It was always my thing. Like it was like my rite of passage as a kid to become like an adult, and it was something I've always wanted to do. And so I waited, like I counted down 6 years with my family at age 12, and so that like 6 years of like anticipation, I think one was part of it, and then two, it was my chance to be on my own. That was the first time I was on my own completely when I was 12, and so that was probably a big part of it. And there's part of it that I can't explain. Like it's just like it's in my DNA, 100%. Like there's like I can't explain to you in every detail why I like hunting, because it's just like it's always been there. I always wanted to just be close. One of the best. I have so many reasons why I like hunting.
Well, keep it short.
Let her rip.
Also, it's really hard to beat like being out really early in the morning when everything's waking up and you're already out there and you're watching the sunrise, you're watching like frost form and then like slowly melt away, and you can hear everything wake up in the woods, like the birds start chirping, then the deer start moving, and then
Man, you're bringing me here.
it is really nice. I think I wrote a 3-page paper on it once about sitting in the deer stand in the morning.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
Excellent.
Huh.
and it's a challenge. Well, how many other reasons can I give you?
Those are good.
Okay.
Okay, so we know.
Very nice. Congrats on the hot seat.
A hot seat.
Congrats.
So tell us about your guys' wedding.
We don't
Okay.
know. What can we tell?
We like to
How
say
many
that we're.
friends-
What? Okay. We
For
like
all
to
those-
say we're.
Hold on, I'm just gonna stop recording.
No. We this is our motto. We are planning we're planning a marriage, not a wedding.
Oh.
Because it's like everyone always freaks out like we got to get all these details for July 25th. It's like that's one day. We got the whole life ahead of us. So we're planning a marriage, not a wedding.
Nice.
Solid
Mind shift. But it's like we had it all planned out. We were going to have it at my parents' backyard and then a reception place that was going to cater all the food and beer and whatever else. But I talked to them the other day and he was like, we don't really know if we can even have you here. Our next like available date is like a Friday in October. And it's like, we don't want to change the date because that's our date in our head now forever, July 25th. So
Yeah.
we talked to my parents and they're like, let's just have it here. You can have like, we can even cater at the house, the same place, because they'll come to us. Or we can just like barbecue and have like a whatever. So we're going to do that. And we're going to have a barn dance in my parents' barn. And we had to cut down the list even more, which was not fun.
Pool party.
Did you have to message people, or how did you go about that?
Well, we haven't yet. We just decided this weekend, like, who made the cut. Just kidding. For everyone listening, we want everyone there. My mom was like, well, don't you want this person there? And I looked at her like, I want everyone to come.
Yeah.
But it's like, we can't. And she was like, okay. But it's hard. It's really hard. It's not great. Some of our friends have like changed it completely, like until like November or whatever. But it's like we're thinking like, what if in November you still can't have it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or
So
what if a year from now you still can't? A lot of people are doing it
Yeah.
Yeah. And like for our bachelorette and bachelor parties, we've just kind of like switched them to like our houses instead of like places we're going. So we're still having those, and if you feel comfortable, you come. If you don't, you don't.
Yep. Make do.
But I'll be lying to say I didn't like cry about it the other day, because it's like you actually dream about what you want it to be forever. Then you plan it, and then they're like, just kidding, you can only have 6 people there or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's also fine. Story for the grandkids.
Yep.
Yeah, we got married during the COVID crisis.
But yeah, I think it's like panning out to be more and more actually like who we actually are, though. Like just hanging out.
Yeah. Because, we, even from the beginning, before anything, when we got engaged, like, we didn't care if we had daisies or roses at our wedding, whatever specific color and flower and what have you. So this has actually been kind of nice, because it's like we don't actually have to worry about too many of the details anymore.
That's the nice part, because you didn't really have many like vendors, right?
No.
Because you were being simple with it from the get-go.
Right.
So that's kind
the one thing I was like stressing about, which is not like me at all, was like, what am I going to do for decorations at the venue? And it's like, I don't even care. And now we don't even have to decorate that place. So it's like so weird. So it's like secretly going to be probably better. So
and we were going to have like something with like antlers, like for decorations and stuff. And now that we're doing that, her parents' yard, like her dad created buck bar, he calls it.
Ooh.
And so it's like this cool like flat rock that he like set on top of like a metal frame he created. And he's got a bunch of driftwood and like antlers and antler skulls and everything, like deer skulls and everything like draped around it. So he calls it a buck bar.
Yeah. So I think it'll be better than we thought, but it's like also weird deal.
Also, a barn dance sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Do you think that short list of the people you have coming will wear masks, or you want them to wear masks, or what? You don't care?
I would rather them not wear a mask.
Right, because that's kind of...
It's just, like, that doesn't make sense.
We are not going to wear masks.
Yeah, because you got to kiss the bride.
The first time the guy has to do it.
Like the new veil.
The new veil. Yeah.
We did think it would be kind of a funny, like, wedding favor.
Cal, you told me that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Have people bring...
If you, like, wrote something funny on them.
Yeah.
That'd be a solid photo.
It would be. No, it'll be good. It'll be just fine, and we're still going to get married, so...
Yeah.
I just thought of an idea. If there was someone who wanted to have masks at their wedding, they could do like a masquerade type.
Oh, there you go.
Have the whole get out.
I bet someone has done that. If they haven't, that would be. That's funny.
Somehow incorporate mask into it.
How do you guys think your relationship has like changed, or maybe had some rockier times since you've like been stuck at home?
No, I think we kind of flourish in this.
Yeah, this is our ideal.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, our life didn't really change that much.
No, not really at all.
And we like to hang out together.
The only thing that changed was not being able to see family as much, and then you had to work from home.
Yeah, which me working from home makes me happier, which makes relationship happier.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a positive thing on this side.
The only probably not downside, I don't know. The only point is that Lee hasn't really had any alone time.
Yeah.
Because he still continues to work, and then I'm never gone. So.
And so that has been the thing recently, actually, just because, like, well, when I was younger, like, that's all I wouldn't say I was a loner, but I enjoyed being by myself, out on the road running or biking or doing those sorts of things. And that was my time to kind of just mellow, I guess, or just
mellow.
yeah. I guess sort through the thoughts, but with this, it kind of it just made me, I don't know, work a little harder at trying to
hashtag marriage.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been bad.
No.
Because you
Our lifestyle has changed extremely little.
Extremely little?
Yeah. Which is weird, but we still had this like pent up like anxiety a little bit of like, I don't even know why. Like, I think it was like just this social anxiety. Like everybody else has anxiety almost.
Yeah.
But then when we look at it, it's like we literally don't do anything different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't go to restaurants. So
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, same here.
Yeah, we don't go like out, like restaurants and bars closing. It's like they can stay closed for all I care.
Yeah.
Well, and with that thought in mind, I can see why people are struggling. Like if they do live in a big city where they actually like go to their cubicle of an apartment.
Oh yeah, that would be tough.
And then they have to stay there, and they can't go to like their nightly, bar or restaurant or whatever they do. Gosh, I couldn't imagine that. Like a hamster stuck in a cage or something.
Actually, some of the anxiety I had when the crisis hit was that like nothing did actually change, because I was kind of hoping something would.
Okay.
Because I wasn't actually enjoying my job. Like I was doing all these conference meetings, like stuck in this little office all day long and never leave the house all week, maybe once. And so then the crisis hit, all these lockdowns happened, and our company did even better. So it's like I was secretly hoping to like get let go.
Because you wanted to be out of there.
Yeah. I feel like we kind of like had less good conversations, I feel like. Does that make sense? Like we had less meaningful, like, because we didn't know, like, am I able to do camp this summer? Is he able to like start real estate? So like we stopped talking like big, dreaming big, I feel like. So I feel like that was kind of weird, because that's like normally what we talk about all the time. It's like, we want to do this, we want to do that. And then we were like, maybe we actually can't do that right now.
We gotta wait it out.
Yeah, so I think that was like really weird for us. Like, what should we talk about if we're not talking about like business or like what we want to do with life?
Because we were like right at the point where we were like, okay, we're gonna do a bunch of action, and then we're like,
yeah.
I have to pump the brakes.
Yeah. So that was like almost like, I feel like opposite of most people, like, holy crap, I don't have a job. And we were like, holy crap, we were going to quit our jobs to do our own thing. And now it's like, wow. So
do you guys feel like you pumped the brakes for that second, but then do you feel like you went around maneuvered a little bit.
Yeah. Because I remember distinctly one morning we were like standing in the room and I was like, he could just tell I was being so weird. And then I was like, I don't even know if I can do camp this summer. And he was like, yeah, you can. You can just do it differently. Like you can make videos maybe for parents, or you can like do small groups. And I was like, huh. Like in my head, I was just picturing like what I thought about. And then we had to like get over that, like, it's just going to look different. And it's working out just fine now.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
We haven't even hit summer camps yet.
right.
Yeah.
So DNC.
But, and then I think for him, like he was like, had one test left for real estate. And then it was like, where can I take this test now? You know, 'cause it was like the place he had been taking shut down. And so then we had to work through like, okay, how can I take this last test? So,
How did you take it virtually?
No, so I took the like national and state licensing test like days before everything got locked down. So I got that big one out of the way, which is like you have to be at a specific exam location. There's only like 6 in the state of Minnesota. So you're like pretty limited, but the course 3 test I had to take, I just had to find like a disinterested third party that could be my proctor. So we found a law agency in town that allowed me to sit in one of the conference rooms, and they proctored and
Nice.
I had time.
Wow. Who would have thought?
yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, sure, can we sign this paper for you?
Yeah. Like I called several times to this place I've been doing the coursework and stuff, like, how do I take my tests? They're like, well, really, you just need a disinterested third party. Like, you could just find somebody off the street if you really wanted to. I was like, okay.
Oh, wow. Huh. Well, that's cool. Like, that just goes to show you there's ways around things, and you can get it done if you are motivated to do it.
Yeah.
Like get married.
Yeah, like get married.
Yeah. What did my sister tell you, Dan? When we make, we're kind of fly by night, fly by the seat of our pants, but when we make a plan, we stick to that plan.
That's the way to do it.
I like.
Well, this is your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we quit our jobs, so we could control our time.
Cal tells me that you guys are struggling this week a little bit, like game motivated.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think. Whoa. What do you think it was?
I don't know. I think, well, so Tuesday back to work, it was just like, meh. Like, like why? And I don't really know. I think it was maybe the long weekend.
Yeah, it might have been the long weekend.
That was just like, why go back and just do dumb stuff?
Yeah.
Like what it is.
Dude,
What would have been your Tuesday if you had the choice?
Oh man.
Like, let's say all of your family members kind of went back to their lives anyway. What is your Tuesday after the Memorial Day?
Man. Probably would have been outside building something.
Well, you got to start with your 10 o'clock.
Oh, my 10 o'clock run.
So we wake up, make a smoothie,
Yeah.
and then we just
Get after it for the morning.
We plan for the morning what we're gonna do, and it most likely would revolve around a video, would be my guess. And then after that, we'd go for a run on a trail, preferably.
Yes, at 10 o'clock.
At 10 o'clock. and then since we have it planned, the video, we wouldn't have to worry about the steps. We just walk right through it.
Yeah.
And get it going. And then what after that?
Then we relax. I don't know.
Like,
Well, I know I'd probably be editing as well. So.
Oh yeah.
And she's been starting to do a post for that as well too. So.
Oh yeah.
like
We've narrowed down our roles in this.
She likes to write and do the copyright type stuff.
And I don't like to edit.
Perfect.
And I enjoy editing and doing that.
So do you like write a post about how you made it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like those menu blogs, or like a food blog where they like write a recipe and like.
Oh, I suppose
that's what I'm trying to do, but I'm trying to get better at it because like the materials and whatnot, I don't always really know. Or like I don't really know the wordage for like what we did. I just know what we did.
Right.
Like we put this doodad.
But the plus side of that though too is she kind of caters to a wider audience too.
The female do-it-yourself.
Yeah.
Talk to people who don't know what.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like making you learn what that actually is by writing it.
Yeah. Or if I don't know like how to do it, or like if I can't write it, then I'm like, well, I'm gonna go a different direction with this.
What kind of writer are you, Kel? Do you have to have a framework, or do you just start and then just end somewhere?
No framework.
No framework.
Start and roll with it.
I don't really like framework in any aspect of life.
Gotta beat to your own drum.
Because then it makes me feel like I have to do that. What if I don't want to do that?
I didn't want 10 steps.
I'm similar, but it has to have like a beginning. You got to introduce, and then you got to have the meat, and then you got to have an outlet.
And within each, you can go wherever you want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are that in every aspect of life too.
That's funny.
What about you? Now that we are talking about that, are you guys framework?
Yeah.
Like when I write a blog post for Bucks and Dough, I like if it's like a 10 ways to save money, I write out all 10 ways, and then I go back and like write a little description about it, which I also feel like is my life. Like I figure it out in my head, like I gotta do this, that, and the other, and then I go do them.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, you are. This is kind of weird. We all match up.
That's funny. What is yours?
I'm a thinker, so I'm sitting there not doing any writing. I'm usually
bugs me so much.
I'm like in my head I'm writing the post, and then I erase the post, and then I start again. And I like fit it into place, and then I like actually build a framework from that. But I've like ran through the blog post 10 times, and then I write
it. Have you guys haven't watched this, but probably not. The Good Doctor. It's a show. It's a autistic doctor, surgeon, and while he starts to think through problems and issues that arise, there's like stuff going all over his head, like graphics going on his head. So that's what I pictured for you, just words and words and pictures kind of scrolling. Oh no,
that's not it.
See, I'm like, hurry up and get it done, and he's like sit and think for hours, even like on the construction project or like packing his bag. I'm like, why are you taking so long? And then it's like once he starts, he's done in like, quick. But it's like getting him to start.
Well, when I pack my bag, this is how I pack my bag. It's like, well, what are we gonna get into? Well, we might go fishing. oh, is it gonna rain? I better bring a rain jacket. And I'm like,
I'm the same way.
I'm building my.
Waiting for him to work out in the morning.
I'll even do it like if it's a longer trip, like 3 days or more. I'll like run through, like I'll go to my socks. Do I have socks for 3 days? I'll go up my body.
Oh,
I'll go up my body.
Oh, man.
that is funny.
And then you still forget comfy sweatpants.
Well, I forget those on purpose because it's like I don't have enough room in this. I
Oh,
want to fit
those on
just enough.
Here's a fun fact. Mikey and I were like waiting for you guys to like get on this Zoom call. And I had just talked to Kel, and Mikey's like, Kel's waiting for Lee right now. I bet she's just sitting there waiting.
Oh my gosh! I should have told her. I should have sent a photo. I was sitting up here.
Yeah. It was so funny. I was like, yeah, she for sure is just sitting right there waiting.
Oh, you're spot on. That was funny. I was like starting to sweat, just sitting here.
Like those two are waiting for us, and Lee's not even here. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so that's funny that writing styles are like your personality.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
And that like really reminds me that in like elementary school, you know, when they made you do like those bubble charts where you're like main idea, blah blah blah, and then you like drew the line bubble.
Yes.
You guys remember those? I hated those. I could
I
not
love
do
them.
I did too. I love
He
them.
still
Oh,
has
he's
them.
got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does that on the daily.
Ah!
Yeah. See, I like those like little ideas where you're like, I need to write out the whole thing.
Yeah, because I just can't think like stemming out like that.
I'll just keep going one to the next, one bubble, boom, 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 boom. I'll just keep going. And then I go back to the main bubble. Boom, boom, boom. Oh! Like it.
That's a massive one.
It's our vision board. I have mine on this side,
Mhm.
and he has his on this side. And this is how different we are. Like, I labeled mine out with pictures,
Mhm.
and his is just straight
This is just my brain.
bubbles.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
But it's structured. Like,
Yeah.
I have different categories, like very specific categories. They go to specific things.
That's hilarious that you brought that up, Cal. Do we know what those look like? Yeah, we do.
Mhm.
So if your head is in one bubble, it stays in that one bubble, and then you move from bubble to bubble, probably, right?
Mhm.
As you think through things.
It's how I can make it work. If I don't have those 4 main bubbles and focus on one bubble at a time, then I don't know where I'm going.
Then you don't know what's happening.
That's funny.
And then it's kind of fun because you get to that one, you're working on the one thing, and then you're like, oh yeah, oh, I got to draw 3 more lines because there's like 3 more things about this.
Nice.
Yeah.
I better try that.
Yeah.
We're gonna have bubbles everywhere.
Oh. What are you guys gonna do? Well, it's already close to the weekend. What are you doing for adventure this week?
I'm going to pick up the truck, probably.
Yep. Our adventure this weekend is cleaning
Oh, that's
our
right.
life. It's free dump day.
Oh yeah.
All the stuff that's like just chaos so this is what stresses me out. We moved out to Colorado in 2 vehicles.
Yeah.
2 vehicles. Like, that's all you need to live. Like, you don't need crap. And then you get married, and then you, like, just get comfortable, and then you just get crap. And then you just take crap from people. And then all of a sudden, you're 50, and you have
Crap.
garages and houses and totes of stuff that you don't even know what's in there because you can't even see the tote.
Yeah, that is stressful.
Let's
you-
unpack.
Let's
Let's
unpack this.
unpack this.
So you're dumping on the free dump day.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're getting rid of whatever we don't, care about.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to put it in.
There's some Netflix documentary. I've never seen it, but it's about like cleaning up shop, getting rid of like organizing your life. And her thing is, if you hold it up and it doesn't give you joy, you don't want it.
Like for
So-
instant joy.
Yeah.
Huh.
So if I hold up this water bottle, that's gonna give me joy, because this was a race.
Holy crap.
But almost everything in our garage, we hold. Oh,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We want to keep
Keeper.
it.
okay.
That's nice. Sweet. What did we do this week? Oh, this is the best night ever. Mikey was at my parents' house staying overnight, and I had to come back to Alec for an adventure with my DNC kids. And I just had a Danny night. Didn't talk to anyone. Ate a frozen pizza. Watched Netflix.
That
Didn't
was your
talk to
picture.
anyone. It was so good.
Hmm.
I forget how much I actually love those nights.
Did you take a bath?
Shower.
Oh, too hot.
Too hot. And I just wanted to lay in bed, not in the tub. But this weekend we have no plans really. Oh, tomorrow we're hanging out with my buddies from high school.
Ooh,
That we
Nice.
haven't seen in a while. Little bonfire taco or burger night.
Ooh.
We did do some glassing for critters from the
Oh,
Grove
yeah.
last
Last
night.
What is that?
Binoculars.
Oh,
We saw
Glassing.
coyotes. Oh.
I didn't know that was is that the like term, the lingo?
Yeah.
Get up
Oh.
to speed, come on.
Wow, we don't use binoculars enough, I guess.
Straight glassing. That was fun. We sat out in the grove and literally looked in binoculars for like an hour at these. How many did we see? 3 deer, not raccoon, coyotes. 2 coyotes.
Two guys.
Nice.
Tough order.
Or deer.
But we've been like seeing these like critters coming out of this like block of woods like almost every single day. And then her dad has heard the coyotes every night. And so we're like, well, before they howl again, like this next night, we're going to go sit at the edge of the grove, at the edge of the trees, and like wait for them. And sure enough, they were laying literally in this open field the entire time. They just looked like a tuft of dirt.
No
and then
way.
all of a sudden you would see a head pop up, and then they would like sit down and one would bark and like howl.
Yeah,
and,
we watched them literally through the binoculars, like, they lift their head up like a wolf. That was cool.
That's sweet.
Oh, that is neat.
Little things in life.
Mm-hmm.
That just gave me a thought that if one of your close friends or family says they don't feel comfortable coming to your wedding, you should just be like, well, you can bring your binocs.
Sit in the back. That's
Talk about
funny.
back row.
That's perfect. We give out complimentary binoculars.
Maybe. Kind of like DNC. but
Dollar
back
store one.
That's funny.
You should.
Camouflage binoculars.
That would be an even better photo. Everyone just like
From afar.
From afar. This is so you can see each other.
There's gotta be like a cool tagline for binocular.
oh,
You know?
like related to weddings.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna think about it.
Okay. Get on it. Oh,
Perfect.
Okay,
We
well-
found our wedding favor.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cal.
Little
You're
binos.
welcome. I have an extra brain, so I have really some good thoughts sometimes.
You think
That's
it's
because
a boy or girl?
girl.
Yeah, it's a girl.
I'm gonna go boy then.
We had an appointment today, and Lee got to come.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, nice.
The ultrasound tech was even like,
She was like, "You're not supposed to be here." And I was like, "We got a call that he could come to the ultrasound."
yeah.
Wait, how was that? Awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool. She's,
Yes.
It's still not showing its face. Like,
It's being a little bugger. It like won't let her get the photos because they like do like face checks.
Yeah.
Like it hides.
like it actually had like his
Yeah, it was like
hand this.
dabbing.
Yeah, dabbing the whole time.
Oh.
But now we won't see the face until
Should call her Dabney.
Do you have a thing?
yeah.
From this from today?
Yeah, it's downstairs. They're not very good because this little thing is like
Doing this.
you're
Bummer.
not seeing me.
Got the ones of the heart though. That was the other one that was a
Yeah.
struggle.
She got the heart, so that's good.
Yeah.
So it's still breathing.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Still fluttering along.
Nice.
But those machines are so cool. Like when you see the spine, it's like, whoa, that's like a legit spine in there.
Are they doing like a 3D image too?
Yeah, that's what's cool.
That was the one where she was really trying to get a face shot, but could only get both ears, just the sides.
Yeah. Oh, but she did the 3D image of the back, the spine,
Oh, yeah.
and then she could turn it so we could see like the front ribs.
hmm
It was so cool.
Wow.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Do the technicians say like, "Ooh, I think this is a girl," or "I think this is a boy"? Do they say anything like
No.
that?
No.
No, they just say at the beginning that oh, I remember you didn't want to find the gender. So
I feel like they learned to just keep their mouth.
Yeah.
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 So many people that do or don't.
Yeah.
hmm
She was actually getting a little bit frustrated with this baby though. Because last appointment was when she was supposed to do these. And the baby was like, nope, like even more so, like in this little ball. So they were like, okay, we'll come in 4 weeks and it'll be bigger and we'll be able to get them. And then she still couldn't. She was like, we're not going to be able to. I was like, huh.
There was at one point where she was down by the feet, and we were watching the feet, and the baby grabbed one of its feet, and I bet that was the moment where she should have went up to the head.
Oh, she should have went real quick.
Yeah, but she thinks that was the other. I think she thought that was the other hand reaching down.
Still like on
Yeah.
your foot, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So weird.
That's
Okay. Is that all you have to say to me tonight?
Yeah.
That's all I have to say to you.
When are we going to see you guys next? Oh, at your camping. Distant.
Yeah, and if you don't want to come, you don't have to come.
Well, even if I do come, I'll always bring my binocs.
Yeah. Oh, you've always been fun. Okay, we love you here in Alec.
We love you here in
And
Superior.
And we're not even in Superior anymore. Bye.
Good night.
Hey everyone, nope.
Oh,
When it's scripted, it's tough, man. This has been Adventure on Purpose.
What's your purpose? Oh, I like it.
Oh, nice.
What's your adventure?
I like that a lot.
Do that again.
Did you?
You ready?
I'm excited. Do that again.
Say it again.
Oh no. What's your purpose?
Do we answer?
No, she's saying it too.
Yeah.
Like that's
Like, see ya.
See ya.